Do you want to explode out your blocks like a pro? In this video, I'll reveal the secrets of mastering an explosive block start. You can discover the techniques used by elite sprinters to improve your speed and performance. Hi, my name is Lawrence L.O. Johnson, and if you guys don't know who I am, I'm a former dual sport Division I football player who recently just turned pro and now am a full-time track and field athlete. Today I'm going to share techniques and secrets and tips of the 0.1% of elite sprinters to help you achieve your block starts and have maximum sprint performance. We're going to go through three key components of an explosive block start. The three key components are horizontal push, short air/ground contact time, and ankle contact stiffness. Let's dive into it. I'm going to give you three drills that will help you get better explosion out the blocks. Drill number one is block clearance drill. While we're in a set position, it is very important to make sure that you are firing out the blocks horizontally. I see that athletes tend to have strength deficits if they aren't able to explode out the blocks horizontally. A lot of athletes tend to rise vertically out of the blocks instead of having more of a horizontal push. This is due to a huge strength deficit in athletes. So instead, you should focus on building the adequate strength so that you can push out the blocks horizontally. But the blocks clearance drill helps you push more horizontally and more powerfully off the blocks. If you have high heel recovery, this is also going to hurt that horizontal push off the blocks. The toe drag has now become a sense of honor instead of an effective actual block clearance mechanic. The idea holds true that if the toe drag holds your foot closer to the ground, it is an effective block start. But over exaggerating this toe drag is going to also lead to inefficiencies in your block starts. So drill number one you should focus on is block clearance drill. And drill number two is your acceleration drill. In order to truly accelerate, you need to have appropriate air time and ground contact time in your acceleration. I heard Carl Lewis explain this concept similar to pushing a car. When you first start pushing a car, you're spending more time with your feet on the ground. But after those first initial efforts of you pushing the ground, it becomes easier to move that car and your feet actually starts to move faster. That's very similar to what it would be like in the beginning of a block start phase. You are spending more time on the ground, but as you start to build momentum, similar to as you start to get that car moving, your feet start to actually pick up and you aren't spending as much time on the ground. This allows for the orientation of the force to change from more horizontal to more vertical in fashion. That leads to drill number three, and that would be your wall drill. This drill allows you to have the correct contact placement of your foot with also the adequate stiffness in the ankle that you need to have energy stored and release upon the foot contact on the ground. Ankle stiffness and ground contact is very important when it comes to elite sprinting. If you look at an elite sprinter, you will never see their ankle collapse upon contact on the ground. By landing on the ground with a stiff ankle, you're actually allowing yourself to have lower power leakage along with greater return of the elastic tendencies that becomes extremely prevalent with proper ankle stiffness. To go along with ankle stiffness, you want to have proper foot ground contact, and that is where this wall drill becomes very beneficial. In the beginning of the block start, you actually will have your foot strike landing behind your hip. If your foot actually lands in front of your center of mass or your hip, you're going to have braking forces, and you never want to have braking forces in sprinting. Now, that is a conclusion of the three drills, but I have a greater in-depth detail on this video that you guys can find by messaging me on Instagram, Speed Secrets. And in this in-depth detail, I give you the actual application of the drills, what it looks like on the drills, and a couple more speed secrets that's going to benefit you in terms of sprinting. So if you want to have greater detail of these three drills, greater secrets and the application of having explosive block starts, go ahead and message me on Instagram, secrets. My Instagram is Lawrence L.O. Johnson. Easy. You can also find my Instagram here. Now, common mistakes that you want to avoid if you want to have explosive block starts. You want to avoid not driving your arms. If you're not violent with your hands in the initial phases of the block start, you will ultimately be not violent with your legs. The more aggressive your hands are, the more aggressive your foot strike will be. Another common mistake is popping up way too early. You want to have the orientations of your forces to be gradually becoming vertical so that the entire race becomes a push. If that is a concept that is confusing to you, let me know and I'll give you more detail on that as well. The next mistake I see is not pushing off the blocks forcefully enough. I see athletes running out of the blocks instead of pushing out of the blocks. There's a very big difference. Another common mistake to avoid is not having enough focus on being powerful and pushing. I see a lot of athletes with uncoordinated movements out of the blocks. It is more important to have coordinated movements with a cohesive amount of power leaving the blocks instead of just mindfully running out of the blocks instead of pushing out of the blocks. So to summarize, we have 3 drills that's going to make you more explosive. And like I said before, if you want greater detail and more insight into the true secrets behind these drills, all you have to do is message me on Instagram, secrets. And from there, I will give you the video that I give the athletes that I've worked with that I'm going to make public and free for all you guys to consume. Like I said in the beginning of this YouTube channel, my goal is to give you guys as much information that I wish I had when I first started sprinting. So that is why I'm going to now make the secrets of explosive block starts teaching that I only give the athletes that I work with public. And all you have to do is message me secrets on Instagram. Thank you guys for watching. Keep practicing, stay dedicated, and you'll be flying out of the blocks in absolutely no time. I'll see you guys in the next video.